Now outside in downtown Fort Smith from the U.S. Marshals Museum I-Camp. Still, Matt, a lot of cloud cover around the area. How long does this last?
It's going to last the rest of the day. And even tomorrow, it's going to be hard to shake some of these clouds. I don't think we get to mostly sunny skies maybe until Friday. So for much of the rest this week, expect a mix of sun and clouds. At times, the sun will start to come out a little bit more, bluer skies coming out, and all of a sudden more clouds will start to build again. But it's because of this front. This front has now pretty much gone through five country, but it's going to sit here for a couple days, and that allows the atmosphere to still bubble up some clouds. And every once in a while, you can get one of these stray showers. Right now, we're getting a couple of those in parts of Franklin and Johnson counties. If you live in Ozark, heads up, little shower coming towards you. Clarksville, we're watching a couple showers dance around us. Most of them are just west on I-40. And then around Fort Smith, Van Buren, don't be surprised if you get a quick shower. We're watching a few of those closer to Natural Dam right now. In Cedarville, Uniontown, we're watching those too. And then Northwest Arkansas, they're a little bit fewer just because we're starting to get a few more breaks in the clouds for Benton County and Washington County. But just kind of scooting down the Madison-Washington County line, a couple showers headed from Sonora, headed towards Elkins next. So watch for that, but of course nothing severe, and these are all really light. But it's just kind of dreary outside. But maybe that's not a bad thing because it's so much cooler. We're sitting in the 70s. We've been sitting in the 70s all day long. In fact, actually, correction, it took us about 1 o'clock to even hit the 70s because the first half of the day was spent in the 60s. It was just forever for us to even try to warm up because of the extra clouds. Now, maybe not complaining, but it took a while to warm up. That's thanks to these clouds and thanks to these northeast winds. In the River Valley, we were actually stuck in the 60s for a while too. It wasn't also until about 1 o'clock when we started finally warming up to some 70s. So tomorrow morning, waking up, headed out the door, it's going to be a cool start. We're going to have 50s north and some low and mid 60s south. Nice, refreshing start. Very low humidity. That's one thing you might have noticed today. It's not nearly as humid, and we're going to stick with a low humidity for the next several days. So that's something to really look forward to. Tomorrow afternoon will be a touch warmer because I think we'll have a few more sun breaks. There's about a 10% chance for a very, very stray shower, though. But most of the time, you're probably going to be dry. Just kind of partly cloudy throughout the day. Here's a look at Futurecast. We still stick with some of the clouds overnight tonight. So at times, it may be hard to kind of see some of those stars. But tomorrow morning, waking up, headed out the door, 50s and 60s. We quickly warm up to the 70s. And I think we just stay in the 70s. We have some clouds that we got to deal with on and off throughout the day. There could be a very stray shower, but we're down to a 10% chance. You got to get closer to OKC in order to get that 30% chance. But we're not completely done with rain yet. Thursday, maybe even Saturday, about a 20% chance for a shower. We'll watch that, and the reason why has to do with the jet stream. So this is the jet, the subtropical jet, and it's just sitting here. Notice these winds, they just continue to blow over Arkansas and Oklahoma. That keeps the atmosphere stirred, and it keeps the atmosphere ready to just produce some clouds every once in a while and an isolated shower. But we're not expecting something too organized. We're not expecting heavy rain, but that's why you see some of these very low rain chances next couple of days. Most of the time, you're going to be dry heading into the weekend. We got the Razorback game kickoff at 6:30 here at home Saturday. Very nice. In fact, by the end of the game, it might get kind of cool. Temperatures falling to the 60s at the stadium.
It's
compared to 90s. Yeah, that's a big difference.
Big difference.
Huge difference. Isn't that crazy?
Yes.
No humidity either. This is a completely different Razorback game.
Tailgating is going to be off the charts.
Yeah, it will be.
Yes.
It is a perfect day
Saturday,
for it.
yeah.
A lot of
Perfect
people in those puffy vests.
day. Puffy vests.
That's right.
Puffy vest
I like that.
season.
It is.
Yes.
All right, Matt. Well, a circus in Europe is thinking outside the box. Coming up, how they're using holograms